Hello, welcome back to some more Magic the Gathering, playing some more modern, playing some traditional 8-rack. We've played the rack before. This is much more of a traditional 8-rack list, as if maybe Modern Horizons didn't happen. Just running, I want to see what a Saga less list would do. Urza Saga is an incredibly powerful card. It really helps this deck out a lot, but I want to see what one would run like if there was no Sagas in the deck, and see where Shrieking Affliction stands. So in this list, we are running 24 lands, Castle Locthwain to help draw some, Marsh Flats. I knew I forgot a land here. So you're gonna have to just give me a Sekaruni here. Go to card hoarder. I was like, this land base seems weird to me. And it's because I'm missing a very important land. Matter of fact, I'm missing 3 copies of it. So alright, we got that figured out. I will just hide my screen when they come to trade. But anyway, let's talk about the land. So we're gonna go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna have 4 Urborg, 2 Castle Locthwain, 3 Marsh Flats, 4 factories, and 11 swamps. I run the fetch lands just to help trigger Revolt on Fatal Push a little more often. That's really the only reason why. Kind of thin the deck out maybe a little bit. And give me a microsecond here. At least that's my like reasoning for why I do it that way. All right. There, that looks a little better now, don't it? At least that's my idea behind it. But as for the deck itself, 4 copies of the rack, 3 copies of Fatal Push, 1 copy of Funeral Charm, 4 Inquisitions, 4 Raven's Crime, 4 Shrieking Afflictions, which is pretty much the exact same as the rack. A little bit different stipulations. It can be a faster clock than the rack. Basically, if they have 0 or 1 card in hand, they lose 3 life. Well, once they get 2 cards, it does nothing. Thoughtseize, Smallpox, 2 Wrench Mines in the deck in the main, 1 Dismember, 4 Lilianas, and 1 Nether Spirit. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Nether Spirit is the only creature card in your graveyard, you may return Nether Spirit to the battlefield. So I'm curious about checking this guy out. I have not really played Rack with this card in the deck. In the sideboard wise, we have 2 Extirpates, 1 Fatal Push, 3 Voidwalkers, 2 Ashiok Dream Render. I just want to try out this card. 3 Pithing Needle because Renin 6 is rough and it's popular right now. 2 Ratchet Bombs and 2 Void Mirrors. So that's pretty much the rack list here. Nothing too crazy. More or less just trying to see if we can run without Saga, because Saga is a super powerful card for us. We can kind of hide behind it. Try and get some stuff done. So I just want to try out this this build, see what's going on here. See if we can't rack them out. Our hand's a little awkward with double Smallpox and only having 1 black source. They mulligan to 6. I'm going to keep it and hope this Thoughtseize is really backbreaking. We also do have lands. There is that. Also, if my eye looks a little swollen, it is. I had minor surgery on it Friday. Still in the healing process. Gilded Goose. Could this be a food deck? That was a good draw. Thoughtseize you. Oh. I like taking Ramunap. from them. Probably just going to Smallpox here. Keep them a little bit off of Collected Company. They have 3 cards in hand. Unless we draw like a Fatal Push, though. I'm like, do we want to get down the Lily? I think we want to stop this. We can either push now. We could push Shrieking Affliction them, then start Smallpoxing. They do have another land, and I think we want to stick this Liliana. I think we want to Fatal Push, and then just drop. Okay. And then just drop a Shrieking Affliction. One thing worth noting is they can Archmage Charm our a Shrieking Affliction, and then it will start hurting us because it doesn't work the same way the rack does. I think we're going to get to fly by for a turn. Marsh Flats is going to be a relatively good one to ditch to Smallpox or Marsh Flats. I'm going to ditch Smallpox here. They ditched the company. To be fair, we don't know what's in their hand anymore. Sure. Gavany Township. So I'm not really too sure what our opponent's up to here. This member's not that exciting. I'm going to ditch the Marsh Flats. Get in there and attack. They get hit for 3. Oh, they get the company. Good thing we left 1 up for Dismember. Knight of the Reliquary. We really don't want to lose this Liliana, so we're definitely going to Dismember the Knight of the Reliquary here. I don't like how that's laid out. Really funky. They don't have enough mana to pump it with Gavany Township. Take the 2. Imagine they attack Lily. Okay, they did. They get a birds. They're at 0 cards in hand. So I like just, well, okay. I was about to say, I like just, could just Smallpox here. If we Fatal Push the birds, we can negative Liliana the Mind Sensor, and then we can just attack with Mishra's Factory. Makes the Lily weak, but what do we have in the sideboard when we play against them? We're gonna crack their food to kind of negate the Shrieking Affliction. What do we have we want against them? I don't know. We don't really have like any board wipers in this build. I'm not even gonna bother with Liliana here, because we could double Liliana one turn if we need to. I mean, they'd have to draw something pretty good, but I think we've got this one pretty well wrapped. Yeah, if we got this one wrapped up. That should just seal the deal. Yep. And you're dead. Nice. All right, so what do we want against them? Probably an extra fatal push. Oh, Voidwalker. Ashiok do. Huh. Player milk 4 cards. Ashiok might be kind of good here, interestingly enough. I think it's really it. Wrench Mine could be good here. Funeral Charm doesn't seem that good in this matchup. So we have 2 more to take. Shrieking Affliction is going to be a good race card against them. Thoughtseize can take. Collected Company. Nether Spirit is a decent blocker. I suppose we could take out 2 lands for these Ashioks. Out there. Thank you. Oh, I just realized their name is Super Mario. Yeah, first round went really well. That first game. Let's hope we can keep on that play process. This is a weird hand. No discard, but double Smallpox, Lily, and Fatal Push. Gonna keep it. Oh, I was like, I'd really like to have a draw spell here. I mean, they didn't do a turn 1, which is kind of nice. They didn't have a birds or a what's its face, the goose. So like, that's kind of nice. Run a little bit slower clock. If we keep drawing lands, these Smallpoxes will be really good until we stick a Lily. Inner Arbiter. Sure. We don't really search our library very much. I'm not that concerned with the Inner Arbiter. Yeah, kind of like just smallpoxing here. Discard a card. Let's just ditch the swamp. I'm just hoping at turn 2, Smallpox is pretty good. Another land arbiter. We draw another land, we're just gonna pox again here. Okay. Stitch the Marsh Flats. I would like to draw another land so we can get this Lily online. Nice. All right, let's draw another land here. Not another Lily. Would have preferred another land. We might have smallpoxed ourselves too much. We're gonna find land and sure, that guy should die. Kind of weird, like green tax list. Night of Autumn. That might have been a card they wanted. I would love to draw some kind of... Actually, that land's really good because it's, yeah. That land was a good draw because we can activate Castle Locthwain pretty easily now. Just yield to end step. That scavenger use is going to be a problem. Thoughtseize, not a good. Okay. Dang it. All right, well, the ooze has got to go. Because Lily won't survive a hit anyway. Fortunately, we were not able to find an answer for it. Raven's Crime is not the best draw here. Just going to play the land. My reasoning is to limit our life we're going to lose to Castle Locthwain. See what they play here. I'm going to thin our deck out a little bit. Hopefully hit something a little better here. That card right there is going to be an issue. Okay, then. That was a good draw. We need to draw something a little bit more relevant, though. Like, we need to draw one of our 8 racks. It's crazy to me we still haven't. The goose, I'm not that worried about. I can keep making food, though, which is irritating. I am going to tick Lily up. And I'm going to ditch Thoughtseize. Play the swamp. Out loud. How many cards we got to go through to get one of our rack effects here? Racks of food. A bunch of life. Draw land. A rack effect or even a Mishra's factory would be really good here. They can pump out the Gavany Township. Yep. Smallpox. Not a bad draw. Now we can start activating Castle Locthwain. I don't want to yield in case they have some kind of weird effect that deals with Castle. Sure. I think I'm going to plus Lily here. So she's kind of out of range. She can act as a removal spell. Our opponent could top deck a Collected Company, which is bad for us. They're just going to hang on to whatever they have in their hand. Oh my god, if I could quit drawing lands. We don't have Range's Crime anymore. They companied. Yep. Come on, whiff. I mean, we went through half our deck and we've not found one rack effect. You know what I mean? Run it back. That's unfortunate. We had it pretty well under control. We just, how many cards did we draw? I mean, we were almost halfway through our deck and we did not find one rack effect, which is pretty rough. This is a mulligan hand. If this was a swamp, I would keep this more than likely. I'm gonna keep this. This is not that bad of a hand. I'm gonna bottom the rack here, I think. Either that or the Urborg. I mean the swamp. Maybe it's the swamp. We could draw our third one. Try it like that. I don't know. Okay, cool. I'm not going to play the rack to keep up Fatal Push. We could push something of theirs, and then Wrench Mine becomes online pretty good. Hopefully pretty good anyway. There's the ooze. Sure's Factory. I like Thoughtseizing here, actually, over Wrench Mine. Okay. So they got the company. I'm going to run out the rack. Here. They're going to play Plains. Oh, they drew something. Gilded Goose. Sure. Um, we Wrench Mine them, they can Collected Company. Then we're in a rough spot. Because they just ditch the lands, because then they'll have enough to Collected Company off the Goose. Yeah, I need a board wiper against this match. I don't know why I don't have any Bontu's Last Reckoning in the sideboard. Yep, just as I expected. Factory is not a bad blocker. They're going to lose a little bit of life here. I mean, Collected Company is their best draw. That's for sure. Ashiok's interesting. This is a weird play. That's for sure. But I'm just curious to see what our opponent would do. I mean, they're going to Collected Company. Come on, big whiff. Doubtful, though. Oh my god. Double Knight of the Reliquary? Really? We are going to shrink him, though. Yeah. We're in a bad spot. My guess is they're probably going to kill the Ashiok. Yep. Figured. Just get another swamp. Disappointing. I'm going to tick up Lily. I guess they have Ghost Quarter for Factory. So Lily's probably dead regardless. I guess I do have Ghost Quarter. We're probably not winning this one either. Yeah, our opponent's got too many critters on board. We don't have any good draws whatsoever. And we're dead. We're not coming back from this. Nope. All right. Need some board wipers. Need some board wipers. Ratchet Bomb actually probably should have been brought in. Yeah, I really don't know why I don't have Bontu's Last Reckoning. Bontu's Last Reckoning should probably be in here other than probably Ashiok. Although that little Ashiok move was pretty fun. Oop, I did not mean to go first. Oh well. Keep it. Burn it went to 6. Keep going. Dang. Inquisition you. Ugh. Tron. Tron is super bad for us. Probably one of the worst. Probably one of the worst matchups for us. They just have a lot of draw power, and then nothing in life matters once they hit Smallpox. I mean, not Smallpox. Ditch the Fatal Push. A lot of good. Got rid of their Chromatic Star, which is interesting. Hopefully that Smallpox is pretty good. Okay. They baby waging. They weigh so how. I'm gonna count that because proof. Okay, here. With an asterisk next to it. Tron's a really bad matchup, and if you can make Tron rage quit, that's good enough for me. I don't have a problem with people playing Tron. It's a bad matchup for us, and I didn't enjoy playing the deck. But it's just funny to just Smallpox and they just bounce. And I quit. Okay. Found ourselves an opponent. Buckeye Bomber. Huh. This is a hand that I don't know about. I'm going to keep it. Probably not a good idea, but we're in it to win it. I mean, we're in it to lose it. All right, what you got going on here, opponent? Cleansing Wildfire, Urza's Saga, Flagstones. Okay. Interesting. Our opponent's on some kind of... is on some kind of land destruction deck? I don't really know what our opponent's got going on here. But I feel like Wrench Mine could be good. Draw a second black source. No, in my luck, we'll probably draw a factor. Flagstones, they Cleansing Wildfire. The flagstones get a bunch of lands. Good little combo there. Ashiok is going to be good. So that's just a way to play around not playing. Okay. I know what my brain's thinking. Esper Sentinel, Esper Sentinel. All the Esper Sentinel. Well, unfortunately, if they just play Urza's Saga, we're probably screwed. Sentinel, as expected. There's the Saga, which is a big issue for us. Would love to top deck a land. Nope. Yep. Got one land hand, and it is backfiring on us massively. Oh. Our opponent's far away, too, from just having an empty hand. We're more than likely going to lose this match pretty severely. Probably played through this poorly. Probably keeping a one land hand is the poor part. Could have maybe been a bit of a different game if we drew some land. I feel like Wrench Mine could have been pretty good. Oh, that thing? That's what this deck is? Okay. A little late to the party there, Castle Locthwain. We're on a race. Token Dork number 1. Token Dork number 2. Probably fetching up another artifact. Shadow Spear. Had to be Shadow Spear. They did not make another thing. Crucible of the World. Ew. Bobble. Good measure. We draw a land, we can do like a hilarious amount of damage. And then another Saga? Oh, because of Crucible. Ew. Okay. We're gonna take 1,000,000 damage here. Fatal Push? Off the top would be nice. Yeah. Oops. Oops. What? Demolished us. Ashiok. Voidy Boy. Ratchet Boy. Pushy Boy. Nether Spirit. Dismember. Wrench Mine. Funeral Charm. Go down. Pithing Needle on Saga sound interesting to you? Extirpate sounds interesting too. Go down a Swamp. Let's go down to Shrieking Afflictions. Pithing Needle on Saga could be pretty good. Shadow Spear too. I feel like we're bringing in too much though. We have the Ratchet Bombs, Ashioks, the Voidwalkers. Like, is Voidwalker really worth it? Maybe just to keep lands out of their graveyard. I don't know. Let's try it. What's worse is going to happen? We're going to lose. Probably going to do that more than likely anyway. Do we keep the one lander again? I like everything in our hand. No mulligans. No regrets. Flagstone's pretty annoying to us with Smallpox. I really probably should have went down some Smallpox there. See? No regrets. Yeah, I do want to fire off Thoughtseize here. Prismatic Ending. Prismatic Ending's annoying, but like, you know what I mean? Whatever. It is what it is. Next turn we can run out a rack ability and poosh. Flagstone is pretty good. Flagstone is played a lot in the black-white Smallpox deck, which makes sense. Smallpox yourself, but you don't lose a land. That dork. You're going to get Fatal Poosh. That's for sure. They played Stomping Ground. So we know what 3 cards they have in their hand, and we draw another push. Get pushed. Let's just run out a Shrieking Affliction. I don't really care that much about Shrieking Affliction. There's the Saga. If we can draw a land, this Ashiok's going to be pretty good. Please let me draw a land. Land. I'm just thinking, if we Liliana this turn, they could they'll probably Expedition map Ashiok in response. If we Liliana this turn, we make them ditch a card in hand. Ashiok's probably better. We do have the Fatal Push for one of the tokens. We have Liliana for the other. And then that kind of shuts down Saga in terms of searching. So they're going to crack the Expedition map here. We're probably going to get another Saga, though, so they can make a bunch of... Which we do need to find something to answer up these tokens with. Let's just drain their graveyard, though. Ashiok being a nice little piece of tech to bring in against this deck. So basically, they're going to decide whether or not they're going to make Saga tokens this turn or just nothing. Flags is really bad now, too. Smallpox, this is a position where Smallpox would actually be an awesome draw for us. They can't search with flagstones. Flagstone. Aha! Ashiok wins. Castle Locthwain. It's kind of nice. So if we Liliana, they get to activate Urza's Saga, getting a token this turn that can attack. So I think we need to keep up Fatal Push here. It's either we keep up Fatal Push or we don't run out Liliana. One of the two. I think we don't run out Liliana this turn. I know this can be weird to say, but I don't think we do. Mill them some cards, exile some cards. Got rid of a bauble. Pretty nice. I think we keep the Fatal Push in hand. They're going to create a token here. And then we kill the token. And then they create another token. To which they might not create a token in response. Yeah, there they go. All right. Probably play the other Saga this turn. Our problem is our opponent has so many cards in hand. I like to keep Ashiok on the table for a few more turns. Removal spell. Raven's Crime's not bad. See if they ditch here. Ghost Quarter. Too bad. Get rid of that guy. All right, cool. They wrap it up there. Dismembered might be worth it. Yeah, Ashiok was a nice little piece of tech I wasn't expecting to work as good as it did. Ashiok was really strong there. I am going to go down a Smallpox to bring in... I don't want these Extirpates. Go down 2 of them. Smallpox isn't really going to be that valuable in this matchup. I'm actually really tempted to just take out all of them. And then just bring in a couple Pithing Needles. They have so much land anyway. They have like Saga, which is going to be really good against it. Yeah, I think the better thing is just get rid of Smallpox in this matchup. A lot of discard. We have Pithing Needle, Saga. I'm going to keep this. Keep. Ratchet Bomb's interesting. They ditch Wildfire. Stoneforge. Roadie. Probably get Cauldra in hand. Caudra's a hard card for us to deal with. Shadow Spear. Okay. Voidwalker's an interesting card. Draw. I'm gonna Raven's Crime them this turn. Stoneforge. I don't know, that could have been a good bait. They could have Cauldra in hand. They have Cauldra, then that's, you know. I mean, we could just Ratchet Bomb it, but still, it is what it is. They can't create any tokens with Curse of Saga currently, which is nice. So they could just Prismatic Ending this away, and then it doesn't matter. Shadow Spear, yep. Prismatic Ending, probably. That's how it always goes. Yep. How it always is. Throw down Voidwalker, though, next turn. And we have Ratchet Bomb, clean up tokens with. Or potentially this Shadow Spear. We have a million factories, too. I like just Fatal Pushing this now. So they can't activate it in case they do have like a Cauldra or something in hand. I'd imagine if they did, they would have done it last turn, but just in case. Don't like the idea of not... I mean... Might be a good idea if they float their mana here. They don't have enough mana to create tokens currently, which is nice. From Pith. Probably on Factory or Liliana. I'd imagine my pick would be Liliana. That's what I would pick. Ashiok. They're scared of the Ashiok. Oh, nice. Esper Sentinel was a they can map up for another bit of stuff. Swamp. I wish I knew which one would have Summoning Sickness. I get to draw a card off this, right? Ratchet Bomb on 1 is going to be pretty good. Um, hit them for 5. I doubt they block. Didn't figure they would. We do have Raven's Crime we can turn on, which is kind of nice. Awful. Why not? Back expedition map. Go find them some tokens. Thanks to Urza Saga. Our opponent cannot quip. Let's nuke their field. Hit them for a bunch. And because we can, Raven's Crime. They ditched Crucible of Worlds. Nice. Draw a card off a bauble. It could bring Loris to hand. They don't have Loris. They didn't show Loris. They had Loris last game, didn't they? No, they have Crucible. They can't have Loris. Duh. Well, they're not running out. Okay. Nice. Took down whatever that deck was. Oh, what did that say? Learning Tron, come beat me. Maybe. Tron's a particularly bad matchup for us. Since they're trying to learn the deck, I'll say good luck, have fun. I'm going to keep it. Wish we are on the play. Good, right? No, we're not. We want. I think we want to be on the play against Tron. I mean, yeah, the play. I don't know for sure. Well, this doesn't look like Tron. Is that someone else's deck? Oh well. Whatever. Otherworldly Gaze. All right, we got Dredge. Awesome. Gotta love it. Inquisition them. Hopefully we can get rid of a card that goes pretty far out the gate. I mean, they already have Stinkweed Imp. Well, Ashiok and Voidwalker come in for sure. And Extirpate. I wonder if they're running the yeah, they are doing the Silver Smoot. Otherworldly Gaze is so good for that deck. So good. No big hits. They got a bunch of amalgams in the graveyard, though. I doubt we're in a winnable spot here. I mean, this is the only thing I can think to do. I'm actually going to pitch their Urborg. The Raven's Crime. I mean, they have all the dredging in the world, you know what I mean? The only thing is we just got to top deck our there's Ox. Ox is all they need. There's no way they don't hit Archimevo with Hawks. They are Oxing this turn, right? Love Dredge. E2. First deck. Ever got Modern with played back Grave Troll. I'm gonna let them play their thing. I'm gonna let them do their thing. Dredge is still one of my favorite decks. I like 8-Rack better than Dredge personally, but there's no denying this isn't wicked cool. This is just a world of fun. At least for the player. You don't see Dredge very much. It's sad. Liliana does a whole lot of nothing. We are like super dead. Alright. So Extirpate comes in. Voidwalker comes in. Ashiok comes in. That's pretty much it. Funeral Charm's not that good. Dismember could be. Lily is probably not that good either. That's the thing, like, just majority of my deck is not that good. Yeah, I don't know. I weirdly enough kind of like Wrench Mine. Smallpox could be okay-ish. We can go down 2 lands. Fatal Push is definitely the weakest of our removal wheat here. Really doesn't hit much of anything. Actually, now I think about it in their deck. I'm gonna leave in some of the removal package just because of Extirpate. Throw in Lily. Throw out a Lily, is what I'm trying to say. Pithing Needle doesn't do a lot. I mean, we're just relying on Voidwalker and Extirpate or Ashiok, right? That's like what we're trying to do here. I like to go first. I think we need to go first. Ooh, this is probably not a good hand. Alright, alright. We have Extirpate. I'm going to keep this. Let's bottom a land that also helps them. So let's do that. Okay. Well. Okay. That's definitely not good. Well, we have Extirpates. which I believe we can extirpate through Leyline, because it's choose target card in a graveyard, not target player's graveyard, or something like that, right? Life of the Loam, sure. What is Wonder? They have a really bad hand. I wish I could look at their hand, then. Our opponent does have a very bad hand, so there is that. The problem is with Leyline of Sanctity, our opponent's never going to be out of hand. We don't really have much in our deck to fight around it either. What I was looking for. They go to like Cathartic Reunion, I should be able to extirpate on top of that. We need to find like a Voidwalker. Voidwalker is really our best way to win. We did find Factory. I mean, that gives us a bit of a clock. A little bit faster than theirs currently. But our opponent, once they get a black source, they can really start running. I found something here. Another Narcomoeba. So now we don't quite have a clock. Our clocks are... Theirs is going to be a little bit faster than ours currently. I mean, might as well. If they ever get down and low in hands, you know what I mean? We'll wrap this game up quick. I mean, yeah, really, realistically, it's Voidwalker or bust at this point. Just because Voidwalker is going to be a really fast clock for him. Oh, then they found their black source. Yep, they're just going to play the prize amalgam. I guess they have that too to do. I mean, we can trade factories with amalgams, and then we can strip them of amalgam. We just need to find a Voidwalker here. Come on, Big Daddy Voidy. Smallpox ain't worth it. I'd rather trade their amalgam and then just extirpate it. I don't want to be tapped down, not have extirpate up. They are going to shock in the stomping ground. Interesting. Well, so much for that. Oh, as long as it's in the graveyard, so it's not in the graveyard. Alright, so we're still going to trade for amalgams here. Creeping Chill, Silver Smoot. Fortunately, that double Silver Smoot is pretty rough. I mean, double Creeping Chill even. All right. Liliana. Liliana just puts... Screw it. I mean, they just gonna dump Stinkweed Imp into the graveyard, but what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, we're probably gonna... I mean, we're losing this game. If I was them, they just sit back and play Creeping Chill twice and just win. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just play Creeping... I'm just gonna give them the GGs. Leyline, Leyline's a card. Leyline's a good card against us, that's for sure. So, 2 with an asterisk, taking the win against Tron. But, 2. When in doubt, draw it out. So, huh. They are a Loris deck. I'm gonna keep it. Turn 1 Ragavan. Oh, okay. So we're playing against Mill. Okay. Rack. I don't have a turn 1 play. That's very good. My plan is to pitch. I imagine they're going to go crab here. I think no matter what we do, we just Smallpox next turn. Consider. I'm not too sure what our opponent's on. Yeah, I don't want to give them black in case they're hurting on black mana right now. I really don't want to run out Smallpox without getting a critter. So we could just hold up Fatal Push. And hold back Smallpox. We could just run out Shrieking Affliction. Fatal Push. Do that. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what our opponent's up to quite yet. Not having any targeted discard spells is kind of rough. Okay, there's the crab. Raven's Crime's not too bad. Dock it in. Prismatic Ending. You hate a lot of cards. Yes, I do. Any card that inconveniences me or annoys me, I hate it. Not that big of a deal. So we could Raven's Crime a bajillion. That was not the land I wanted to play. Good Raven's Crime twice. Like the idea of just keeping the factories, though. Nether Spirit here. Let's get spiritual. Go to Ruin's annoying. Hideous Laughter is going to mill a bajillion cards out of our deck. Yeah, that's what I thought. So our other... We still have a rack in the deck. Liliana, nice. Yeah, we can't play Liliana and attack with the factory. I wish we could, but simply cannot. I want to ditch Urborg. I don't want to give them more color. Especially if they're running Prismatic Ending. I mean, if they play Thash's Hideous Laughter again, we just lose immediately. Actually, we probably just lose immediately. Anyway. I don't think we are equipped to handle Mill very well. Alright, that 100% wins them the game. Alright. 4 Mill. I kind of like Ashiok because it kind of hurts them a little bit. Most everything else is probably not worth it. Hey, try that. I mean, I honestly think we just are in a really bad spot against this deck. I picked to go first. Really what I wanted to do. I'm going to keep it, though. I shouldn't have kept this. If they have Archive Trap, then I'm screwed. Yeah, let's see if you got it. No, they don't. All right, considered Fractured Sanity. They do have the crab though. Didn't even know this card was a card. Take the crab. Probably gonna lead on Shelldock Isle. And I plan on taking the Maddening Cacophony here. Next turn. I would love to be able to get down Ashiok before they played Polluted Delta. Dismissal. Just Thoughtseize again. Prismatic Ending is annoying, but we're not really going to attempt to give them a chance to play it. So I'd rather take the Cacophony here. I'm actually going to fetch for this now while they don't have... I know they don't have Archive Trap. Any land but Urborg, I'd be... Actually, there's a really good chance that we just top deck a land and just Ashiok. And then they can't activate Polluted Delta, which would be hilarious. Land. Wah, wah. Still haven't played Polluted Delta yet. We literally need to land this turn. Hey! We did the thing and such and things. That also means with Field of Ruin, they can't get Field of Ruin. Which is nice. But they can't destroy our lands anyway right now, so. Ugh. Yep. A lot of cards. Attempt to run out Liliana here. There's a rack. Ditch Smallpox. They pitch Prismatic Ending. No search for you. No fractured sanity. And they just top deck another Thatch's Hideous Laughter anyway for the win. That's annoying. Alright, well, we went 2-3 asterisk with a Sagaless 8 rack. 8 rack. Saga's definitely brought this up into power level. I don't think you could run this deck without Saga currently. We didn't even play like meta stuff, and I think if we did play meta stuff, we probably would have just got smashed. Saga is just such a powerful card. Modern Horizons, to me, has warped the format of Modern so much that I don't think it's that fun. Well, I don't like it that much. It's not that it's not fun. I personally am not a big fan of the power level that Modern's at currently. And that's just me. I know a lot of people really love where Modern's at right now, and I'm glad for them. Just for me, I don't know, maybe it's where I took like a 3-year break and came back into where Modern has changed so drastically. I just missed the days of when I played Modern a lot. But I really don't think you could run this deck without Saga. I think Saga is just way too necessary for this deck. And as much as I love 8 rack, Saga doesn't really feel like an 8 rack deck because you're doing a lot of different things. But it's a good deck. I think if you're running Saga, it's actually a fairly okay deck. I feel like I've been pretty 50-50 with it, which is above my normal win to loss ratio. But I just love 8 rack, and I just wish you didn't have to run Saga because it's so expensive. Who knows, maybe if cards get banned, like Saga gets banned, Ragavan and stuff, maybe a build like this would be more viable. But I just felt like after playing Saga and then going to a Saga-less version, I think Saga is just way too much of a I need this kind of card. So that has been the more 8 rack. Trying to debate whether or not, probably not. I was trying to see if I could get another 5 games in, but probably not tonight. That was another run of the rack. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will probably play more of something like this build of 8 rack because I really just love the deck and I want to play more of it. More Sagas and whatnot. I also really want to try out some of these decks and stuff. Why not? You know. But yeah, so that has been that, and thank you guys for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you ever want to see me live, there is a link description down below. You can head over to watch me live. You can press the follow button. It's free. Helps me out a bunch, and you'll get notifications to whenever I go live. If you're watching this on Twitch, which I doubt it, you can head over to YouTube. There's information below to my YouTube stuff where this will be uploaded probably tomorrow. I'll probably upload this tomorrow. So 2-3, not too bad. With an asterisk because of that Tron matchup. I do want to play some Hopper. I want to play this Soul Sister deck again really bad. And I do want to play this green-black Dredge Tortured Existence list again. So I'm going to be streaming some Popper at some point. I don't know when, but at some point I am. Tomorrow I'm probably going to play Kirby and then back into Modern. So, I mean, not Modern, Popper. So, anyway, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you later. Peace.